Alright, this is a movie review. My nigga Jose told me to do this, and now I ain't forget you asshole, so I got you. But this is my movie review of two historically black movies that I don't really care about. The Color Purple and Roots. One I didn't really watch all the way through, so I'm not too keen on it. And Roots, I watched extensively, and yeah, here are my thoughts on the movie and why you should watch it without a bias. You can't be black and watch a black movie and be biased. I mean, it's natural. Like if you watch a historically black movie, you're gonna just naturally want to like it because it's about historically black shit. But these are both actually good movies. I'm just not a fan of them because you know what I mean. I'm not a fan of Color Purple. Roots I thought was pretty good. Color Purple is just too long-winded for me. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear 3 hours of hardships and that's just depressing, man. I don't want to hear that shit. Same thing for Color Girls. They were both some depressing ass movies. But um, Color Purple stars Whoopi Goldberg as Celie, I think, and her life and tribulations as a black woman in the rural South, and I guess she was abused, and she goes through all these hardships, and the shit, man, it was just weird. I don't know, man. I think that's one of the movies you gotta watch when you like puffing some good lies, some shit. Like I can't deal with that shit normally. Like I was so fucking bored, man. Oh my god. The acting was good. I'm not gonna front like it wasn't. There was some real good acting, but it's just boring, man. Like, it's just boring. One of them type of movies have to have a bunch of eventful, scenarios to happen that challenges the characters and the viewers to go through. Whether it be something of shock value or something that's just historically, you know, gripping. You feel me? Something that grabs the attention instantly. But all this shit was just, you know, long-winded and a bunch of talking and some monologuing and like god damn, like some Shakespeare shit. I ain't wanna god I don't know. I'm not a fan, you know. I'm not a fan of it. I think the movie is good, from non-opinionated, you know, side of my mind. I think that it's actually a well-made movie. I think it's a well-written movie. I just think it's not a movie that's entertaining. It's a movie that is kind of like for your generation. You kind of have to watch it. You know what I mean? Like some of the movies that they ain't good, but like if you don't watch this movie, you're gonna be left out on a lot of culture references niggas be making. Yeah, yeah, it's one of them type of movies. But same thing with Roots, man. It's long-winded as hell, but the difference is it's eventful. Like, you know what I mean? That Africa shit, when he was in Africa, I thought that shit was boring. They needed to get to when he got captured. He got captured. Personally, when he got captured, I thought that, you know, he could escape. It's a movie. I think he could escape. Like, he was running all slow and shit. He was breathing all hard. The white man was just, he damn near was walking. He still got caught. I'm like, yo, come the fuck on. Why would you run to the beach, my nigga? Why you making us look more stupid, my nigga? You know what I mean? Like, but anyway, he gets captured, and it shows, it shows actually a lot of the, I say it's a very accurate about how slaves were treated like just straight animals. That was accurate, so I gotta give that some big pluses. Like the people on the ships, a lot of people didn't know that going to the New World from Africa, a lot of slaves died. And a lot of slaves died, and they were throwing up, and okay, that was cool how they were branded right there, they were sold, how the white man would just rape the women, and all that. It showed a very realistic take on slavery, and it was very unflinching in its display of it. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't needlessly violent either. A lot of it was showed through like subtext and like if a woman was raped, you wouldn't see the rape, you'd see a white man going in, maybe some screams, or maybe it'd just be like, he'll just go in and then he'll come out and she'll just be shaken up, and that leaves more of an impact because it leaves your imagination to run wild. Whereas instead of just showing full dick and pussy action and shit, you know what I mean? But yeah, I personally I'm not a fan of this movie either. Let me start with this movie shit, man. I'm not a fan of this shit. Alright, Roots. Honestly, the shit had funny moments to me. Like when he got his ass lashed, you know, Dave Chappelle made fun of it. Well, I thought it was funny on the movie. Cause like you took a needless ass whooping. You just lied to the nigga. Say your name is Toby. Fuck your pride. You feel me? You ain't going back to Africa, my nigga. It's not happening. You know, he tried to escape or whatever. He made a damn fall, got his feet cut off. I'm like, yo, I think they would have just killed him. You know, I don't know how the white man did it back then, but if they really just cut feet off, them niggas are just unnecessary. And that's real. I remember he was getting some ass. He got some ass in the room. The white man came in. He was like, "You're a lucky nigga. You're a lucky." Like, yo, come on, I can't take that serious, man. That's just classic right there. That's some funny shit. But yeah, man, I'm not too keen on the movie, either one of them, just because it's not my cup of tea. Now, personally, when I want to watch a movie that goes into slavery, I need something one that's like not trying to put so much heart and emotion in it. I need more of like an actual analytical view on it, because to me, I want to put my own feelings into it as I'm watching it. I don't want you to, you know, put a scene in that's supposed to be heartfelt. You know what I mean? Like just you know what I'm saying? I need like an Oliver Stone type shit where it's just fully in your face, just brutal. You know what I mean? Or I have something like Spike Lee do like a mini series like Roots. You know, I'd appreciate that. But he said he never go back to slavery, which I can respect or whatever. But you know, yeah, have someone like that who knows how to appeal to a wider audience, and a wider audience wants something that's unflinching and unbiased in how it's directed. They clearly, when he directed the movie, it was, of course, you know, there's no other way. He was very sympathetic towards slaves, which you can't make them slightly villainous in the movie unless amongst each other. You can't make them like the bad guys in the movie. That's just ridiculous. How are we the bad guys getting our ass whooped? You know what I mean? But yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I'm not a fan of them. Jose, you wanted this shit so badly, now you got it. I think personally both movies are ass. You know, just on the sense of they're boring and they don't grab my interest. They don't they don't hold my attention for the long ass period. And that's another thing, yo. These some long ass movies. Now this was an hour and 45 minutes, 2 hours and 45 minutes. Acceptable for me, because I've watched some long ass movies as long as they're good, and these are good movies. Roots is incredibly too long. That's a mini series. Now, when I watched the movie, I was catching them every week because my stepdad said you need to watch Roots. This is something that you need to experience, and I understood why. Because even if you don't like it, at least have it in your head so you at least have an honest portrayal of that era. You know what I mean? So, Color Purple is something I try to watch on my own, and I just couldn't get through it, man. It's just I just couldn't get through it, my nigga. Like I'm just being 100. Like it was to me, it was boring. It was long winded. I just was not a fan of it. That's just me. But yeah, whatever. But yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Personally, both movies. I think that you should watch them. Definitely watch them because you know, as a people, we have to know about that era. Just because we need to know our history. If you don't know your history, then you're stupid. You're real stupid. But yeah, you should definitely watch the movie. I think that anybody who really just wants to watch it, you know, despite all the usual little jokes they make about these movies, all the funny shit, it is something that you need to watch because as a culture we need to know about, you know, filmmaking that represents the truth of black history instead of all that fabricated shit that Hollywood tried to churn out. So I definitely would recommend it on a just a need to basis, not a I don't recommend it for its entertainment value. I recommend it for people to have an honest portrayal of that era, both in The Color Purple and Roots. So yeah, all right. Yeah, whatever. If you like the video, comment below, please. Tell me any other movies or other topics you want me to talk about. I don't give a fuck. If you have a favorite movie, I'll probably shit on it. So just tell me about it and alright. Deuce.